Beitou once enjoyed its golden age. At that time, trains would chug along the hot spring line and arrive at the Beitou station, carrying countless foreign visitors dressed in trendy suits and elegant kimonos. The bustling hot springs were full of discerning visitors who sought their favorite hot spring houses. Food connoisseurs looked for restaurants serving the best Japanese cuisine, and friends gathered together to view geisha performances and listen to the shamisen. At that time, the Hot Springs Township provided excellent hospitality, along with the smell of green sulfur that lingered upon the bathrobes. Even before I was born, the Kitagalan tribe lived in the misty valleys all year round. They called their witches Patau, who guarded the tribe over the years. Their stories were passed down over the generations and gradually became the name of this place, Beitou. Beitou was once a beautiful land of abundance. From the Qing dynasty to Japanese colonial period, 4 famous products in Beitou enjoyed everlasting popularity. Yu Yonghe in the Qing dynasty searched far and wide before arriving at Taiwan, and finally he found sulfur-rich soil in the Datun Mountains, which created Taiwan's sulfur mining history. Then Japanese Matsumoto Kamataro took the white clay of Guizhikong to transform it into Taiwan's leading ceramics through exquisite craftsmanship. Known as Beitoyaki, it shaped Taiwan's reputation as the capital of ceramics. Resilient and fragrant rush grass once grew on the sulfur mines of Beitou. It was woven into tatami, which became one of the favorite imperial goods of the Emperor of Japan. Qilian Mountain owns the best building materials, known as the Qilian stone. It was used to build the city walls of Taipei. It was even exported to Japan and Southeastern Asia, and became a hot favorite. Other than Beitou's 4 famous products, there is also a story worth mentioning. In 1905, Japanese mineralogist Okamoto Yohachiro took an ore sample from the downstream area of the green sulfur springs at the geothermal valley. One day he found an unusual exposure on his photographic film. The light turned out to be caused by the presence of rare minerals that were deposited over the years by the green sulfide springs. After further research, it was officially named the Beitou Stone on the International Minerals Conference in 1912. Among the 4,000 minerals all over the world, the Beitou Stone is the only one that is named after a place in Taiwan. The Beitou Creek not only nurtures all sorts of lives, but also has a magical power. When Japanese businessman Hirata Gengo came to Taiwan, he was plagued by an illness that wouldn't go away for a long time. When he arrived at Beitou, he found the cure to his ailment at the Beitou Creek, the green sulfur springs. Hence, in 1896, he made the decision to build Taiwan's first ever hot springs resort beside the Beitou Creek, known as the Tunggu An.
Precious sulfur springs, whose waters nurture life within a misty paradise. The creek meanders across the lands, featuring 5 mini waterfalls. Such an ethereal beauty. The 4 famous products, a blessing from heaven, enjoyed worldly recognition. A hot springs resort, built with the best of intentions, brought fame to the miraculous waters of Beitou.
A short self-introduction. In 1910, Taipei Mayor Mr. Imuro Daikichi wanted to develop Beitou into a hot springs resort town. So he commissioned the architect who built the Governor House, Mr. Moriyama Matsunosuke, to design me. In 1913, I came to form, featuring a unique Western style. I housed the largest public bath in East Asia and offered people the most comfortable and convenient hot springs bathing experience. At that time, All walks of people would come here to experience the joys of hot spring bathing. I suggest 3 methods of enjoyment. First, enjoy a dip in the white sulfur springs in the morning, afternoon, or night to open up thousands of your pores and relax. Secondly, after a dip in the hot springs, go up the stairs to the large Japanese-style room on the 2nd floor and fan away the heat while sipping on a cold beverage. How refreshing! Thirdly, at sunset, rise up and make your way to the viewing pavilion to lean upon the railing and overlook Danshui and Guanyin Mountain. It will surely bring you peace and happiness. After I was born, the hot spring line and Beitou Station were built to welcome more visitors for bathing. Since then, the number of Beitou's hot spring resorts grew dramatically. They were everywhere, and the streets bustled with life. At night, gentlemen and merchants from all over the world would congregate to Beitou to watch geisha performances and listen to the playing of shamisen while enjoying Japanese cuisine. Beitou's unique spa culture is presented here with its entirety.
After the public bath was built, all shared in the joy of bathing in the hot springs. The Taipei-Danshui railway line was far-reaching and brought numerous visitors to the hot spring resorts. Gather your friends and companions for good music and wine, as geisha sing folk songs while plucking away at the shamisen strings in a room packed with merry guests and friends.
People say that good times don't last. In 1945, Taiwan saw a shift in political power, and with a fade in past glory, I experienced a change of name and was put to other uses. During this period of time, the hot spring hotels around me continued to thrive and bustle with visitors and music every night. It was not until 1979 that Beitou made soliciting illegal, and Beitou's hot spring industry took a heavy hit. Beitou's hot spring street ceased to bustle. In contrast to my dilapidated predicament, it was saddening indeed. A dark moon suspended in the late autumn skies with chilly gusts of wind. Beitou's once pungent smell of green sulfur gradually dissipated. What followed was unsightly water pollution and tons of garbage. Looking upon my reflection in the river, I often murmured in my heart, what was there left to hope for in the future?
The once magnificent lights that illuminated the hot spring street have now been extinguished, leaving behind the lingering sadness of late autumn. Sitting amidst ruins, I was dilapidated and overgrown with weeds in silent rumination. The green sulfur creek met a crisis, and now its halo is gone. In fervent prayer, I hope for a miracle, seeking sustainability after returning to my most original state.
Finally, in 1994, I was discovered by a group of teachers and students from Beitou Elementary School that were on an excursion to rediscover their roots. Finding me in the rundown form, they wrote a petition with purest and sincerest of hearts. This move touched the local people of Beitou, and Beitou residents voluntarily formed the Beitou Lijian Association to fulfill the children's dreams. Through actions, they appealed to the government. Through the concerted effort of the community, they turned the tide. Their actions spared me the fate of being demolished, granting me a new chapter of life. I received a new identity, the Beitou Hot Spring Museum, and became the first semi-public museum in Taiwan. In addition, Beitou residents also came up with the coolest plan. They expected me to lead the entire Beitou region towards a better future. In order to save Beitou's most precious discovery, they pushed to clean up Beitou Creek and to revive the Beitou stone. In order to preserve the best of Beitou, they sought out historic monuments and architecture hidden and overrun by grass. In order to restore Beitou's former ecology, they advocated the Beitou Living Environment Museum area in the hopes of further improving residents' quality of life. I would also like to thank the selfless contribution of the volunteers who guard me tirelessly and carefully, so I can welcome visitors from around the world with elegance and beauty. Beitou adults, children, and friends from abroad allowed me to rediscover another happy way to live. I have also become an important messenger in promoting Beitou's local culture to bring the people of Beitou closer together via music and dance, to convey the warmth and infinite vitality of the people of Beitou. I hosted a variety of art exhibitions to hopefully inspire the creation of more beautiful and positive thinking in the culture of Beitou.
The first ever semi-public collaboration has created a beautiful park with its own ecosystem. Its mission is to guard Beitou and provide a new opportunity in promoting the humanities. It shapes a platform of new vigor for the arts, music, and dance to soothe the body and the mind. As the Yuechin lute once again plays the Song of Beitou, children and adults alike are moved by its tune.
The people of Beitou wished for my rebirth, and I have once again become their pride, as well as the starting point of a new story. But the past continues to remind me that neither you nor I are able to influence the times, be it good or bad. But it takes our own hands to create a better age.